Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, 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 everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so excited, so excited, so excited about today's inspiration. Today, we are going to be talking about how do I live my life's purpose? How do I live my life's purpose? Cecilia, hello from San Diego. Laura, aka Zen Diva for you. Grand Rising, everyone. Fantastic. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good. Very excited about today's purpose. How do I live my life's purpose? And as you start to enter the virtual room, and you know, hi there, Tracy. You all know I like to do a preamble, and the preamble is waking us all up and getting ourselves aligned. And I want you to reflect. Do you radiate your life's purpose? Do you radiate your life's purpose? Do you feel like you're living and you're aligned and you're loving your life's purpose? Your life's purpose. Lori Ann, hello Manal and everyone from Portland, Oregon, USA. Greetings from San Diego as well too, the West Coast. Tracy says not at all, and Tracy, I love it for many years, but my hair looks great, thank you. Many years, I was like, I want to live my purpose. I want to be my purpose. I want to find my purpose. I want to live out my purpose. I want to do my purpose. And today's secret, which is why I love how do I live my life's purpose as a topic, is that I have come to realize, and I invite you all to realize, I invite you all to welcome, I invite you all to calibrate to, we are our life's purpose. We are. Just by virtue of us being here, just by virtue of us being human, just by us being in our individual and collective rules, we're living our life's purpose. Now, if I say it to you all and you all say, whoop, sign me up, I'm there, fantastic. But likely there is resistance between me saying this as a truth and you either knowing it in your egoic level, believing it on your mental level, feeling it on your emotional level, or behaving it on your physical level. So that's what today's play is. Today's play is for us all to offer to each other, where do we have resistance on one of these four bodies, and work it through. And then we come and we calibrate to the truth. So Cecilia, so me sitting here crying is my purpose at this moment. Yes. And you take me straight to what I want to do, straight to what I want to calibrate, straight to what I want us all to welcome in our hearts and our minds. And is that everything that happens is part of our purpose and our conditioning. You all know that know me regularly. I talk a lot about conditioning and honoring our conditioning and understanding our conditioning and believing and aligning with our conditioning, with the recognition that our conditioning is here for us to grow and expand. Our life purpose is growth and expansion. So whatever is happening in a moment, including any type of resistance, which includes, Cecilia, you sitting there crying, is because there's something happening in your life that you don't desire. And the opportunity for growth is to calibrate to your desired state. So the resistance is a tool to point us to our desire, to point us towards growth and expansion. So yes, death, being alone, addiction, betrayal, every type of emotion is all here leading us towards our purpose of growth and expansion. And together, what we want to do is grow out this understanding of our conditioning, our unique conditioning, so we can continue to grow and expand. Find the resistance on the different levels. Find it. It's that simple. And I love the hearts going because this is resonating. And what I want is this to resonate. And I want at the end of today, we all say, oh, wow. I recognize that I'm my life purpose. And when I put my hand up here, you know I'm talking about from an egoic level. from a spiritual level. I recognize on my life purpose. And I recognize that when there's resistance to that, that's part of the growth and expansion. And I am going to look within the 5 steps again. The 5 steps again. We're going to look again through awareness, acknowledgement. Okay, I see Tracy's question, so I'm going to ask Tracy's question, then I'm going to go through. Tracy, if you can, again, share how you talk yourself. I need some language. This is what we're going to do today. We're going to do. And everybody's going to look within and share the way that we always do, to look within to find it. And I hope this lighting isn't bothering you guys. Before I came on the camera, I played with so many ways, and I don't know why I light up sometimes and when I don't. I'll have to figure it out later on. So I hope it's not too annoying. I'm going to try to not let it bother me and just accept the way the camera wants to light up and not light up today. But step 1. Okay, we have our 4 bodies. You all know we have our 4 bodies. We have our egoic body. This is where we carry our beliefs. And this is our connection to greater. So our spiritual beliefs are really important, because we need to believe at some level that we're here in this human journey for a purpose. See what I was saying intuitively, instinctively? We're here for a purpose. We might not always know what that purpose is, but we're here for that purpose. Tracy, next time I won't sit with the trees behind me. I always thought the trees is softening, but in some lighting it doesn't do well. So I'll shift it around and play with it. Thank you for that. So this is our purpose. And so getting that connection to bigger, and this is when I talk about whether it's God, inner being, higher being, almighty, truth, universe, earth. What is it that you, and all of you share? What are you connected to up here? What is the bigger that you're connected with? What are you connected with? Are you connected with God? Is it inner being? Is it your higher truth? Is it universe? What is it that you like to, higher power? What is it that you like to do? But part of the thing of calibrating to finding that purpose is stepping back and aligning with the truth of why we are here, the purpose. Mel, I like the trees too. Usually it's not this sticky with the lighting, I think, because it's shady out there. But we'll play around with it. I'll keep playing. You guys know me. I like to keep playing and growing and expanding. So our egoic levels. Let's start. So do you want to share? What are your egoic beliefs? Do you believe that we're here for a purpose? And if you do, can you easily extrapolate that you are the purpose? We are all our purpose. By being here, we're all our purpose. That's number 1. So number 1, Tracy asked if you can, again, share how you talk to yourself. So 1 is I look at my egoic beliefs, and if I'm resisting my spiritual beliefs as I continue to age and grow and do, I continue to explore and ask the questions and look and see and feel. But part of our human journey is exploring what our bigger beliefs are. What are our cultural beliefs? What are our spiritual beliefs? What are the beliefs that we want to hold? Number 1, Seti, hello to you. And Laura says, God, source, creator, all of that is beautiful. All that is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So if you have resistance on your egoic level, that's not bad. It's not bad. It's okay. It's all part of your growth and expansion. We're here, if you want to consider this as Earth School. I love the term Earth School. So on Earth School, part of Earth School is for us to explore our spiritual beliefs. And if it's coupled with religious beliefs, it's okay. But it's what are your beliefs? And having a connection and a belief that there is a meaning beyond you, and you are that meaning. You are part of that meaning beyond you, that connection. Andrea, good morning to you. Number 2 is our mind, our mentality. Are we in victim mode? Are we in growth mindset? I know growth mindset is used and overused, and one of my teacher friends is like, I hate that term because it's overused, but I think it's a very critical way. I like to have empowering thoughts, but our mind has its own its own function, its processing, its logicking. What's your mind? And is your mind your friend, your frenemy, or your enemy? And what we want to do is make our minds our friend. How do we make our minds our friend? One, we understand that there's resistance sometimes. We understand that resistance is conditioning. We understand that resistance is all part of the human journey, and we start to recognize, let's move it from enemy to frenemy to friend. We love our mind and recognize that any thought, if it doesn't feel good, is a gift towards letting you understand what's going on, your fears and your different bodies, which I haven't gone to our emotional body yet and our physical body. But our mind is our friend. And a lot of us beat up on our minds. Our minds are brilliant. Our minds are our tools. Our mind is incredible, and they have so much that it does for us. How do we find a strong friendship and love and honoring and adoration for our minds? We've been conditioned to be smart or dumb, to be goal-oriented or lazy, or all these different things. How do you feel about your mind? How do you feel about your mind? Put it in the window. Let's get out some of the resistance. Let's get out some of the judgment. What are the judgment you all hold on your mind? I've had inspirations about monkey mind and our mind going crazy, and our mind not being able to stop our mind, and our thoughts not being able to control our thoughts. All of those are really topics that invite people to come in, because we're like, how do we control our mind? And the answer to that is we don't control our mind. We, again, 5 steps. Become aware of it. Become aware of it. Become aware of it. Cecilia doesn't know what it wants. There we go. Exactly. And you know what the answer is? The mind knows exactly what it wants, but it's the conditioning that we get to play with. The conditioning that wakes up our 4 bodies. The conditioning that allows us to start to become, to teach us to get into alignment, to teach us to calibrate to truth, to truth, to truth. So our minds are brilliant, but let's become aware. One of our egoic beliefs, our connection to greater, I believe that the human journey is full of purpose. There is purpose. There is life has a purpose, and we are part of this purpose. And then looking at our mind. How do I treat my mind? How do I feel about my mind? How have I muscled my mind to focus in a way that serves me? Steve, scattered. I used to feel other long ago. Creative. Fantastic, Steve. Fantastic. So if you used to be creative and now you feel it's scattered, you can get back to creative. You have an initial conditioning of creative, so you can come back to it. That memory in your mind of being creative and flowing and aligning and allowing, it still exists, and we can get back to it. So I love that you have a calibration to creative, to creative, to creative. And instinct and creativity are very closely linked. So when we open up our instinct, then we can open up our creativity. I've always had a judgment on myself of being uncreative, of being unartistic, of not knowing how to have skills, again, with my hands and physical and my expression some ways. And the more I let go of that judgment, and the more that I aligned with truth and inspiration and intuition, the more that I realized, ooh, I do have a wonderful expression of creativity and artistry, and I do see and I do know. And just because my gift isn't the one of like drawing and it coming out beautifully, I can see art. I love art. I express myself artistically in different ways, and it's not about judging myself to be a square or a circle or an oval or a star. It's about recognizing that I express myself authentically. So Steve, it was open, and we will move it back to open. Do you know why it's closed? Do you know why it's closed now? And how do we work back? And today we're talking about how we work back to opening it. So if you want to offer Steve why it's closed, let's go for it. And I want you actually to say, what's holding you back from open? from open. And then while I wait for Steve and anybody else, let's talk about our third body, our Angela. I'm going to speak to Angela's comment first. Worry. Optimism used to come effortlessly. Valleys seem deeper and highs seem not as special. Very perplexing. Angela, fantastic. So is that on your emotional level or your mental level? Because I was just going to enter our emotional level. Our emotional level. Our emotional level is our emotional body. This is where we have all these feelings. And when you talk about worry, Angela, I would say that's an emotion. Worry is an emotion. It's a feeling, and that feeling has then physical sensations. And the emotions open up mental thoughts, and they open up physical feelings. And so there's a mix between, and we're used to seeing and judging our emotions as bad. And part of the journey, inspirations, and the things that we're going to do together is open ourselves to accepting and loving every sensation, including the crying that Cecilia talked about, and including the worry that you're talking about, Angela. Because what we're going to do is ask, what are these emotions trying to teach me? Where are they guiding me? What are they telling me? Why? What is it that I need to know and understand from this worry? How is this worry leading me back to the optimism? Leading me back to effortlessly, leading me back to the highs as being special. And you don't even need a high to be special. You just need to be in breath, and this breath is special. How about this right now? How about everybody collectively, wherever we are, let's take a breath and let's have the sensation of the effortlessness of this breath, and also make this breath feel so special. And we'll make this breath so special by indulging in it, by really taking it in and feeling it in a way that we haven't felt before. So I'm going to invite everybody to take a deep breath in. Indulge in the gap, the place between the breath in and the breath out, with infinite beauty and stillness and peace and beauty. And take a deep breath out. Let it all go. I guess you're not taking a deep breath out, you're just letting it go. Let's take another one. And again, I want you to just enjoy how effortless it is, and how amazing, and the sensations and the beauty, and just feel the infinite connection to love and peace. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Indulge in the gap. Connect with your body in a way that you haven't. Enjoy the stillness and beauty. Listen to the sound of nothing. And let it all out. And because you all know that 3 is the number I love, let's try a third. Take a deep breath in. Listen to the sounds from the forest behind me. And release. So how does everybody feel? And the point I wanted to get across, that Angela was a facilitator for, is that special is being present. And highs and lows are actually felt through being present. And that moments of high and low are felt and created just by taking the time to open your senses, and accepting the moment and feeling the moment and being truly in the moment. I see the heart, so I really, really appreciate that this is resonating, because sometimes being so virtually apart from everybody, I don't know if the essence of what I'm saying is connecting. Beautiful, Cecilia Calmer. Beautiful. So Angela, your comment says to me is that you're in a rush of life. We all get caught up in it. And they call it keeping up with the Smiths. They call it the rat race. There's so many different names for it. And then in that, you're not present. You're not present to appreciate, to enjoy, to taste, to feel, to flavor the beauty of life. So together, we're just going to come together in connection and slow down and feel and be, and in a fun and exploratory way, just look at some of the resistance that is in our different bodies that keep us from being present. Just keep us from being present. And calibrate to a place of just enjoying life and loving life, and recognizing that we don't need the external to calibrate internally. That we just calibrate internally to how we internally want to focus, to feel, to be. So Angela, tell me if that resonates. Everybody tell me how you're feeling. And today it's going to be just this fun journey for all of us of talking about what's in our way from always feeling like this. And in our way, we talk about it each time. It's about traumatic stories from the past. It's about conditioning from the past. It's about abuse from the past. It's about hurt and pain from the past. And all of that's okay, because what we're going to do is bring it to the surface, hold it in a way that we've never held it before, love it in a way that we didn't love it before, accept it in a way we didn't let it go before, and then let it go and surrender. Aya, I feel when we face resistance towards our own mind, we are in a place of fear and judgment. Our thinking, our feelings are wrong, but they're purposeful. Aya, beautiful. And the only thing I'd calibrate that is nothing is wrong. Maybe what you're saying, let me read it again. I feel when we face resistance towards our own mind, we're in a place of fear. Absolutely. There is resistant emotion when we're thinking about our mind in any way negatively. Because sometimes my mind will bring up past things that hurt me, but it's doing it in a way to allow me to let it go. So right now, before we came online, I was feeling tired and a bit tense, and I gave myself 30 minutes with my coffee, and it's still here, still not finished. My second cup, which is always an indulgence in the day, and I was feeling into my physicality of my body. I was feeling into, there has been a lot of tension in my jaw, and you all know, those of you that are coming on regularly, I've been carrying a lot in my jaw and face in ways that I haven't. So I was feeling into the tightness, into the sensation, and my mind, then I'd go through the timeline of life, as you all know that I enjoy doing. So going to 0 and 1 and 2 and 3, and my mind would pick up times in my life that are being carried in my jaw. And when I felt them and see them, again, objectively, without judgment and attachment, I'm able to let them go and to recognize, oh, that's being carried in here, and now it's ready to be let go. That's being carried in here, it's ready to let go. That's what's being carried in here, to let go. So when we look at our mind and we look at and we let go of fear and we go to acceptance, and so Aya said, I feel when we face resistance towards our mind, we're in a place of fear Beautiful. So I'm going to call that emotional resistance of any type. Judgment, Aya says, of our thinking and our feelings. And I don't know, Aya, if you're saying they're wrong, but they're purposeful. Because I don't want anything to be wrong. Everything is right. So I'm not sure how you're referring to wrong. They're not wrong. Beautiful. They're not wrong. Nothing is wrong. Thank you, Aya, for sharing and to reinforce that. They're not wrong. Nothing is wrong. We have to validate ourselves rather and be that friend to ourselves. Aya, beautiful. It's about acceptance, about surrender. It's about self-love. It's about, I said acceptance, but I want to say it again. Here it is. Here it is. And that's all of our bodies. It's the egoic level. Whatever we were taught, shifting it to acceptance and surrender and I am. I am. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter our hair color, our eye color, our size, our weight, our skin color, our sexual orientation, our gender, where we're coming from, our culture. It doesn't matter. I am. So whatever resistance we may have picked up, let it all go because I am. I am. And then our mind, whatever we've thought about our mind, whatever we picked up about our mind that's bad, that's dumb, that's not good, that's not smart, that's not science, that's not engineering, that's not medicine, that's not law, not whatever, not, it's not bad. I am, and I accept, and I validate, and I surrender. And then our emotions, no emotion is bad. The only thing bad about emotions is that we resist them. So we add resistance on resistance on resistance on resistance until they become physical pain. And then we have to numb them in some way. Over exercise, under eating, overeating, substances, toxic relationships. All of that is coming to because we're trying to cope with the numbing of our emotional bodies. Let's start to love our emotions. Let's start to not think that worry is bad. That Angela, when you're worrying, it's not bad. It's pointing you towards what you desire. Your worry is actually a tool to say, not that way, this way. The game, you guys know the game of hot, 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 cold, 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 warm, warm, warm. When you play it with a baby and you hide something somewhere and you when they're looking for it, if they're closer, you say warmer, 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 hotter, hotter, hotter. When they go far, it's cold, cold, cold. That's what emotions are. Emotions is the game of hot, cold, cold, warm, warm, hot, hot, whatever we want to call that. Is there a name to that game? You all know what I'm talking about now. That's what our emotions are. Worry, fear, sadness, anger, judgment, frustration, all of those negative ones, that's cold, 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 cold. But we don't put more cold on top of them by saying, oh my God, I'm doing this wrong. Oh no, I'm bad. Oh no, this is that. I'm not really good at this. No. When you go cold, 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 you keep looking how do you get to warm? And then how do you get from warm to hot? So what's bad, which isn't bad because we're learning in Earth School, is how do we get to hot? And how do we stay at hot? Good, good, good. So Angela, very much currently overwhelmed by the to-dos and everyone else's. Thank you for speaking to this. Fantastic. So Angela, overwhelmed. It was sort of the rat race that I'm talking about. And how do you get, it's taking the deep breath and being willing to be present. Taking the deep breath and recognizing you are capable. Taking the deep breath and feeling that you can do. You can do. You can meet your needs. You can meet everybody else's needs. And let's figure out, Angela, let's figure out. And I ask you and I ask everybody, what is blocking you from feeling that you're capable? What's blocking you from doing? What's blocking you from flowing? Put it out there. Put it out there. What's blocking you? And then Angela sort of led us to the fourth body, which is the physical body. The physical body is where we're behaving, how we're acting, and the judgment we have on our physical. And it's the physical sensations, the physical senses, the physicality that we have. And we all have so many judgments, and we've been adopted so many judgments on our physical. And again, I talk about gender. So gender is in the spiritual, but it's also the physical. Well, how do I believe about myself about physical? How do I believe about myself as my skin color, my hair color, my curliness of my hair, the straightness of my hair, my weight, my shoulders, my hands, my feet, my occupation, where I come from, the side of the street I'm from, where I am. What do I believe in all of that? How do I hold myself and see myself? Am I a success or a failure? What's my judgment of my physical self? And ultimately, what we want to do is align, so we could be aligned with the truth that we are our life's purpose. We are our purpose. We're our purpose. And the journey of finding the resistance that keeps us aligned with our purpose, with our love. So Angela says purpose is love. We are love. We are love. We are love. We are worthy. We are free. I believe that our journey is we're calibrating to these three truths: our worthiness, our freedom, and our love, our unconditional love. And there's different human experiences that test that. And we just learn, grow, learn, grow, learn, grow. So Angela says fear is what's keeping you. Angela, what type of fear? What are you fearful of? And everybody share in the window. If you are feeling fear, put it in. What are you fearful of? Let's get to the root of it. Let's get to the root of what we're fearful. Everybody, what are your fears? What are your fears that are keeping you from aligning with the purpose of love, with the purpose of purpose, with the purpose of worthiness? What is your fear? Angela, go ahead and tell it, and everybody say it. Cecilia, I can't do while I have a sprained ankle and work is not letting me return yet. Beautiful. I can't do. So beautiful. So your sprained ankle is here as something to teach you how to slow down and to how to go within yourself. Because there's external conditions that are happening in your life that's keeping you from being happy. But ultimately, we need to find how to be happy regardless of what's going externally. So I could see my sprained ankle as bad, as something that's keeping me from being as active and working and returning, or I can see it as something that's teaching me how to go in. That there's something external, and because of this external factor, there's a judgment on life not being good enough. And so now it's a teacher. It's a teacher to help me calibrate and to help me to learn and to help me find unconditional satisfaction. Because ultimately what we want to do, and Cecilia, tell me if this is resonating. Perfect. Cecilia goes on to saying, being still is extremely difficult for me. Fantastic. Why is it difficult for you? And what are you sitting with when you're still? What is it that you're not able to sit with when you're not still? So I see Angela saying, that's my earthly purpose will end before I get all of it done, but I'm aware it's never done. Fantastic. Angela, I was hoping you could get to it, and this is what we usually get to during our inspirations, that ultimately the fear we hold is the fear of death. The fear of death. Andrea is going on, the fear of myself. And Cynthia says she agrees with Angela. It's a fear of not getting it done. So it's the fear of death. The fear of death. Cecilia, I was taught to always be working, a single mom here. Beautiful. We've got a few things going on. We have 2 stories going on, which is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let's come to the fear of death. Why are we fearful of death? Why are we fearful of when we are fearful of death? Ultimately, I'm going to ask a few questions. Do we control when we die? Do we control when we die? Cynthia, beautiful. Unknown, and I have 0 control. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So ultimately, I'm going to read Aya's comment. Aya, fear of death, I think, is fear of loss of consciousness, but not death itself. Not to be able to come back to feeling these senses and emotions. Oh my God, you guys are so deep today, and you guys are taking me before we go there. Fantastic. So the fear of death is actually, let me say what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling. It's actually the fear of the loss of control. And Aya goes on, loss of consciousness and feeling of senses and emotions. So it's actually the fear of not being human and the uncertainty of what's out there, the unknown. Beautiful. So now let's even look at that we're fearful. Now we've never given it, I love the hearts. We haven't given it a name before. So we just called it fear. We actually didn't even call it fear. Before calling it fear, Angela was calling it worry. So let's look through the stages that we went through, okay? And I would love, okay, let's write it down. I'm gonna write it down. So we went from worry to, oh, I did a hard return. I didn't mean to. Okay, I'm not gonna write it down. We went from worry to fear to death to loss of control. And I want to do it the other way. We went from worry to fear to death to loss of control. To loss of control. And Cynthia, I love this. You guys are giving the inspiration. I'm just reading it out. You guys, it's amazing. The loss, the illusion of control, because we never have to control. That's a function. I don't know, Cynthia, if I want to say to you, that's the function of the ego. Because for me, I feel like the ego has a bad rap, and I call ego different. I call it the egoic, where we believe in our beliefs and identity. So I know there's a few names for ego, but I don't buy into the ego that they talk about in psychology because I don't like how they treat the ego, that it's bad. But there is a function, I call the egoic level of this one, which holds onto our belief and identity and represents us. So the truth is that we think we have control. We're fearful of death because we think we're losing control. But at the end of the day, we never have control. We never are in control. So the question then comes to, what's the opposite of control? What's the opposite of control? Cynthia, I'm glad that you like that. Yes, Manal, same. I love your interpretation of ego energy. Fantastic. One of my dear spiritual friends, every time I talk about the egoic level, she would be like, Manal, I don't like how you're talking about ego. And then one day I said to her, you're just going to have to accept. Let's not have this debate about ego each time. Can you just accept that I have a different name for it? And then now she doesn't argue with me anymore. She recognizes that I call it this and this is my meaning of it. And my whole point is for us to calibrate to the point of letting go of ego as bad and redefining, because a lot of things with Mattain, Manal by Mattain, Mattain by Manal, it's actually Mattain by Manal, a lot about is us recalibrating the meaning of different words and adopting things that are more empowering, because a lot of our conditioning was disempowering. So, yeah, beautiful. The opposite of control is surrender. And Cynthia says surrender. For me, I was thinking, but I love surrender. And you guys know surrender is step 5. I haven't even talked about our 5 steps yet. We keep going on tangents. But step 5 is surrender, surrender, surrender. I was going to say trust, allowing, flowing, and egoic level. The egoic level, when we're connected to higher power, to God, to Almighty, to inner power, to universe, to earth, ultimately, you have to trust. Oh my God, Cynthia, you guys are leading this today. Cynthia says, surrender to the ultimate, which takes trust in the divine, spirit, the divine, lover of my soul, and trusting that all is well. Absolutely fantastic. So ultimately, we came to today's real truth. Today's real truth. I started off saying that I love that talking about purpose, because I get to say, hey guys, we're the purpose. Boom, done. Drop the mic. We're done. We're done. But then obviously we're not done, because we're talking about the resistance and what's in the way of us believing that we're purpose. What's in the way? Because if I ask you all to tell me if you believe your purpose right now, do you believe you're your life's purpose? And then I ask, are you looking for your purpose? What's in the way of that? It's trust. It's trust. It's trust. It's surrender. It's beautiful. It's amazing. The fact that we can come and break worry down into trust, break our purpose into trust, is fabulous, because now we know what the muscle we need to strengthen is. And it's a simple muscle. It's a simple muscle. But when we break everything down to the lowest common denominator, to worthiness, to trust, to love, to freedom, then it becomes so easy, because we know what the muscle we need to strengthen is. We know what we need to focus on. Are you guys with me? Are you with me? Are you with me? Cecilia, trust has been the word of the month. I have to trust I'm where I'm supposed to be. Yes, Cecilia. And we trust we are where we're supposed to be by recognizing we're our life purpose. We are our purpose. How can somebody be born? I don't know why I'm going straight to these stories right away. How can somebody be born, be in an abusive relationship, be in all these terrible things, have things that they can't even control happen to them, and not have a purpose? There's a purpose. There is a purpose. And we have to trust that purpose. We have to trust there's a deeper meaning. We have to trust there's something that's going on. And with that, then we can calibrate to all of the things that we desire. Aya, do we need to trust ourselves just as much as the universe? Aya, that's a complicated one. And yes, the answer is yes, and the answer is no. The answer is yes, and the answer is no. And it depends on where you are. It depends on where you are. It depends on the conditioning you are in. Depends on where you are in your journey. It depends. If you cannot trust yourself right now, you guys know I went through the 4 bodies multiple times. Egoic, mental, emotional, and physical. Egoic, mental, emotional, and physical. If I can't trust myself right now, for whatever reason, Manal is self-doubt, and Manal is feeling bad, and Manal is whatever it might be, my best bet is to focus only on the egoic level. So in my toughest times, I think I love the word God. I love God. For me, God was conditioned, and I filtered out the bad parts of religion, and I love God. I love inner being, actually. I love universe. I love higher power. I see them all as synonyms. But anyway, so then when I'm at my lowest, my best isn't to feel into trusting myself, because I might have resistance there. But I don't have resistance when it comes to believing that there's a reason and that I have to believe in God and I have to trust God. And I just need to just say, God, please help me. Please help me, God. Please help me. And I'll go into my prayer and I do whatever I might do. So at those points, no, trusting myself brings in resistance. But there are times that I'm like, boom, I'm the bomb. I've got this. And at those times, it's great to focus on myself and to trust myself and to build myself up and say, oh my God, I've got this. And I love life, and life is fantastic, and I am on my way, and I am rocking this, and I love what I'm doing and how I'm holding myself in life. So it depends on where you are, and it's our ability to take the focus, again, our mind, we talked about our mind, judging it, and looking where we need to look, a bird's eye level or in our body, depending on what's best on myself, to lean into the vibration that I want, which ultimately right now we're talking about trust. Did that resonate? Does that resonate? Aya, how did that feel? And everybody, how does that feel? Cynthia, yes, I am in my purpose for the purpose of moving into more trust. What is happening and not happening right now is perfect as I accept it to move on. Fantastic. And that's where we want to get to. Acceptance. 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 I was in a call earlier today and she talked about acceptance. The second we can accept our past, accept everything that happened to us, accept everybody that did it to us, accept everything that we did and reacted to. Acceptance, acceptance, acceptance is a moment that we calibrate to truth, to ease, to flow, to trust, to surrender, to beauty, to love. Acceptance. Angela, I know I'm in the right group of people, even virtual, when someone says all is well. This is what my sister energetically spoke to me 12 years ago during her sudden passing. I'm going to read that again. Angela, I know when I'm in the right group of people, when someone says all is well. This is what my sister energetically spoke to me 12 years ago during her sudden passing. I think, Angela, you're sharing with us something really deep, that you know and you trust that all is well. I think what you're saying is that your sister died, and before her passing, she had that peace, that knowing, that connection, that alignment, and you felt it from her. And from that moment, you know the feeling of truth. And I believe we all know the true feeling of truth. I know that we all connect with the truth and the feeling of truth. And I think that's absolutely beautiful. And actually, I'm very moved by it. Is that what Angela, did I interpret it right? And I believe we all have the ability to feel in such amazing, powerful ways. I believe that we're all very powerful feelers. And part of this movement, it's not the right word, inspiration that I have is for us to talk about topics that are worrying us. Worrying is here. Well, worry isn't here and here. It's in mind and it's an emotion that are worrying us. And then talking about feeling and light and vibration and how to get to wellness and health and strength and purpose, and to start to see us as these beautiful, energetic, fabulously strong, radiating bodies. And instead of being disempowered, instead of us being victim, instead of us being weak humans, we really start to take on the lens of us really having the power to know. What is it Steve said earlier? Creativity. Angela saying, I can energetically feel that all is well. We can feel truth. And that's where we want to get to. I can speak all day long from the mind. I can go blah, 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 and none of you will shift. What shifts us is the emotional, the energetic. And that's what I hope my inspirations do. That we speak in a way that we take out and let go and acknowledge. Again, time for me to talk about the 5 steps, because I keep skirting around them and I keep referencing them, and then I almost go into it and then I don't go into it. And I'm like, man, we still haven't talked about it. Let me say them. Number 1, step 1, awareness. Awareness. Without awareness, nothing can shift. Awareness. So right now, Angela said, I'm aware that I'm worrying. I'm aware. Everybody has to be aware. I'm aware that I don't feel that I'm purpose. I'm aware that I'm fearful. I'm aware that it's about control. I'm aware I need to say. So step 1 is awareness. So you need to be aware. And how do we be aware? Yeah, by sitting quietly. I stopped because that bird was chirping in the background and it was beautiful. And then you're all, did she stop talking? Was it my mic? Or listen to that bird in the background? How many of you just stopped and listened to? So step 1 is awareness, and it's by sitting still. Sitting still. Being a single mom with a sprained ankle, being conditioned to believe that you have to go, work, and not having the ability to sit still. And look at it as a sprained ankle as a fortunate opportunity to have no choice but to take a break. And you're worthy. Being a single mom does not mean that you're not worthy to take a break. So step 1 is awareness. Being able to sit still, to be comfortable in the quiet, in the silence, in the beauty. That the more I take these pauses, the more you enjoy the silence, because you can feel this high vibration, this amazing feeling that we all have in this virtual room right now, that we've created together. And that the silence is actually a gift. So step 1 is awareness, and we got to be aware on the egoic level. My beliefs. Do I believe I'm purpose? Do I believe I'm worthy? If I'm a single mom, am I worthy? If I was hurt when I was a child, will I worthy? If I have trauma, am I worthy? If I was abused, am I worthy? If I was abandoned, am I worthy? Am I worthy? Because I'm black, am I worthy? Because I'm brown, am I worthy? Because I'm Asian, am I worthy? Because I'm lesbian, am I worthy? Because I'm gay, am I worthy? Am I worthy? And the answer is yes, 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 yes. Am I free? As I'm free because I'm a single mom? Am I free because I'm a woman? Am I free because I need to work? Am I free because I have children? Am I free because I don't? Am I free because I don't have money? And am I happy? Am I love? Am I worthy of love? Am I conditionally love? Am I unconditionally love? So becoming aware of our egoic level, being aware of our mind, being aware of our thoughts, being aware of victim stories, being aware of stories that we feed ourselves that do not serve us, of our emotions, and saying, oh, I feel worry, and that's not bad, that's good. That's guiding me towards what I want. And then being aware of our bodies. How did that feel? That sprained ankle, am I resisting it, or am I loving it to get it back to wellness? The pain that I might have in my back or in my body, am I resisting it, or am I recognizing that, oh, it's actually telling me something, and I'm going to love it till it gets back to strength. I'm going to see it from a light of power and strength and wellness. So step 1, awareness. Step 2, acknowledgement. That everything we experience in step 1 is because it's guiding us to something bigger. Step 1 is the one side of the coin, unwanted. And then what we need to do is go to step 2 to see what is wanted. So sprained ankle, unwanted. Freedom, that's wanted. Or freedom to go to work, freedom to do, freedom to be. Worry, unwanted. What's the desire? Worry free, which is what? Freedom. What's unwanted? Fear. Fear. Awareness of fear. What's wanted? Freedom. Security. Love. What's wanted? Self-judgment. Unwanted, self-judgment. Self-judgment. What's wanted? Worthiness. So step 1 is awareness, and then step 2 is recognizing it's pointing me to what I want, and I'm going to focus on the desired state, not the step 1, the awareness. I'm going to acknowledge the awareness. I'm going to see it, smell it, feel it, hear it, taste it, honor it. But then I'm going to say that it's pointing me to the light. It's pointing me towards the light, and I'm going to calibrate to the desired state. And then step 3, I realize nothing's bad. Appreciation. Nothing is bad. Life is as it is. Life has a purpose. I'm on a journey. I'm just going to keep living. Conditioning is here. This is all conditioning, and it's all great, and the human journey is amazing. That everything is exactly as it's meant to be, and to recognize that I got to just love life. Nothing that's happening is broken. And then when I shift to appreciation, boom. I can let go of that energy, and we'll do a meditation now, and we'll let go of that energy. And then step 5 is surrender. Surrender, what we've been talking about, surrender. Surrender and trust the universe. Trust that everything that's happening. Trust life. Trust myself. Trust the unfolding. Good, guys? How are you all feeling? Is that good? Is it resonating? Cynthia, faith is the hope for things not seen yet. Calling it into existence with my power center. Throat, voice, co-create it. Cynthia, that's absolutely beautiful. And that's what step 5 is. I'm glad that I saved your comment. Surrender. Step 5, faith is the hope for things not seen. The truth in what's not seen. Calling it into existence with my power center. I am a creator. We are all creators. How many times have I had, are you the actor or reactor of your life? So I talk so much about acting and manifesting and doing and being. We are the actors. We are the creators. We create our reality. And then I express it. I love it. I speak it. I radiate it. I radiate it. I radiate my beauty and my truth. How does that feel? How is that resonating? Cecilia, step 1, awareness. Step 2, acknowledgement. Step 3, appreciation. Step 4, letting go, releasing the energy. When you move from step 1, awareness, to step 2, acknowledgement, to 3, appreciation, you actually can let go of the resistance. So let's do it right now, okay? Let's do it right now. Everybody, invite into your bodies any form of resistance. Now, you can enter your bodies in any way. Enter it by physically So if you want to feel into your sprained ankle, feel into your ankle. If you want to feel into any emotion that you spoke to, fear, worry, any resistance, judgment. If you want to enter through a story, a past story, just enter your body, and I just want you to start to become aware of the resistance. I'm going to go into my favorite spot these days, my jaw. So just become aware. Now, don't overindulge and enjoy the sensation. Look at the feeling from a feeling of curiosity, from a place that if you were going to be an explorer, if you were like going to write it down and you're trying to create it into poetry and you want to describe it to somebody. So not from a place of judgment, not it hurts, but from a place of, oh, interesting, tightness and tingling. And just like not flowing. So just sort of go into your body. Now I want you to open yourself up to understanding that resistance on as many levels as your body is ready to show you. So if you entered through a physical sensation, ask what that associated emotion might be. So mine is stress and desire for perfection when I go into my jaw. And then see if you can invite what the thoughts are. And I already told you mine is like fear, stress, wanting to be perfect. And so the storyline is my desire for perfection, wanting to always be perfect, for everything to be perfect. And if you want, let's do it. So sort of, I'm going to give you a bit of space now to sort of feel into your body, whatever spot you're looking at. And if you want to look at your body as a whole, like how you judge yourself as a whole, you can. So it doesn't need to be a physical location in your body. It could just you as a general. So feel into it. Recognize that your body has the power to share with you so much insight. So open yourself up with this beauty of knowing that you are so powerful and your body has all the information that you need. Always the information that you need will come. And enjoy this exploration in a way that might be new and refreshing and rejuvenating and welcome. And just look into the physical body, physical sensations with interest and intrigue and curiosity. And just surf the emotional feelings. Surf them. Surf them means just ride them like a wave. See if there's anger or sadness, resentment, betrayal, judgment. It could be everything. It could be many flavors. Let's start to see emotions as flavors, like flavors of ice cream. So many different flavors. And you might have a rainbow flavor that has a bit of like resentment and sadness and anger. It might just be this really strong feeling of fear. See if there's any thoughts. And at this point, this is where the fun comes in. If you want to close your eyes and just see yourself from the youngest age, whether you want to look at yourself from in the womb, when you were in your mother's womb. Even I invite past lives if you feel like opening yourself up to that, and if the universe is ready to share anything. And then we just sort of run through the timeline and see the first time you picked up a similar feeling, sensation, emotion, judgment, because anything we're feeling now came in our earlier conditioning days. Nothing you're experiencing now is new. It's not a new flavor. This is old conditioning. So let's sort of journey into our body and see. Let's start in the womb. Did you pick it up in your mom's when you were swimming around in the womb? Is it your mom's energy or your dad or any family or siblings that was around you? Now imagine yourself born. Did you pick up this energy when you were born, in your early days, weeks, Now this isn't thinking, this is just opening yourself up to receiving. Just sort of feel into your body and open yourself up while just going through your timeline. Early weeks, months. Now let's go into our early years. Your 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Open yourself to experiences that may have conditioned you to receive these type of physical, emotional, and mental reactions. Let's start to understand and recognize them and see the patterns and break away from them. Now fly over yourself in your teenage years, and as you fly over yourself, give yourself love whenever you feel appropriate. Just love on yourself and love on that baby. Go through your teenage years and see if there's any conditioning that was similar to this feeling. Now in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. Just fly to where you are. Just want to make sure I include all the age groups. And just love on yourself and love on the human journey and love on all the times that you thought that this was bad and you recognize, wow, this is just a story and it was guiding me towards my truth and guiding me towards growth and expansion. And I'm open to seeing all of this from a different lens, from the lens of this is life, and the life stories are here to guide us towards the truth of our purpose and the truth of our unconditional freedom and worthiness and love. And I'm just going to enjoy the ride and love the ride and open myself up and grow to seeing that the ride is just okay. It's great. It's exactly as it's meant to be. It's wonderful. And at this point, you can let go of every energy, anything that you picked up, all the resistance. And if you want to just physically, just take it off. And just take it and grab it and see it's something physical. If you just want to take a deep breath in of light and breathe out all of the resistance that you connected with. Take a deep breath in. And release. And take a deep breath in and let go of all the resistance you connected with. And then just surrender to the beauty of life, to life's journey being this an amazing journey for us to grow and to expand and to be and to love and to learn, and that we've conditioned ourselves to take life so seriously, and there's nothing serious. It's here for pleasure. The pleasure, just like Aya said, of our senses. The pleasure of taste and smell and feel and sight. The pleasure of hearing, of music, of dance, of biking, of trees, of animals, of humans. We're here for pleasure. And everything that we've resisted is just helping us to guide us to learn how to take pleasure by finding it from within. And then the world around us reflects what we feel from within. So we've been conditioned to use the outside world to make us feel good on the inside. But together we're going to recalibrate that to making the inside feel good and watching the outside match that. It's from in out, not from out in. But our natural conditioning has taught us outside in. Our growth journey taught us outside in. It's the life journey that makes us back from inside out. And that's the normal human conditioning. This is what we call life. So I'm going to invite you all to come back into the virtual room. Tell me what you feel. How do you feel? Did that resonate with you in any way? Did you get any insights that fascinate you or that you want to share, that you're curious about? How do you feel? Today's topic is about life purpose. Do you feel that we're calibrated more towards your life purpose, that you are your purpose? Is there less resistance to that fact and you're able to just live life and calibrate to the truth that you are your life's purpose? That you're beautiful, you're amazing, life is exactly as it meant to be. There's nothing that needs to change right now. Nothing needs to change. Nothing. Because everything we need is inside of us. Everything we need is from within. Everything is beautiful. Give me hearts, give me feeds, give me words. How is everybody feeling? I'm starting to see the hearts. Cynthia, resonating so powerfully with you, Manal. The shift is coming from you right now in my life. Receiving so much augmenting supportive energy now. Fantastic. That's just what I want to hear. And I want everybody to know that we have it within us. We have it within us, and we co-create with others to find it within ourselves. We find relationships and love and support with each other, with animals, with trees, with the universe, to bring out the truth that's within us. And together we're on a journey. Together we've got a community. Together we're forming new language. And with all of this, we get to calibrate to the truth of the beauty of who we are. We calibrate to the truth of life, the truth of the human journey, the truth of celebrating our humanness, celebrating life. And there's too much time in life that I spent thinking that things were wrong. I spent thinking that I was wrong. I spent thinking that I was doing it wrong, and we're doing it all right. And all of our people are doing it all right. Too much time spent wasted at judging parents and grandparents and caretakers and everything, even when conditions were awful, even when conditions were wrong. It's non-judgmental justice. It's the non-judgmental human conditioning. There's a purpose, there's a reason. When a baby has it, and it's hard for me to sometimes wrap my head around, but there's a purpose to life. And let's stop resisting it, and let's calibrate to truth and to love and to acceptance and to surrender, so we can bring that into our external lives. Cecilia, I received. Don't take life so seriously. Yes. Yes. We don't need to take life so seriously. Life is beautiful. Life is meant to be enjoyed. We're meant to enjoy our food and drink. We're meant to enjoy. We're meant to enjoy each other. We're meant to enjoy the sounds. We're meant to enjoy nature. We're meant to enjoy and find enjoyment and pleasure in life. And the path to finding and calibrating to that enjoyment is life. And when we find others breaking out of their stories and conditionings and calibrating to amazing life, that's part of the life excitement and journey. Look around us and see all of those stories that have helped find and calibrate it to a better life. Cynthia, you describe what is in my heart and mind as if we are one mind. Fantastic. Oh wait, we are one mind with the divine. Exactly. Today you all led me to things that were coming to me. We are all one. And if you want us to get super spiritual, it's like, what side of the world are we on right now? And I do believe that on the spiritual, so the egoic level, we're all one. That's where I invite you to see, what are your spiritual beliefs? What are your higher beliefs? What are your beliefs about God, about the universe, about vibration, about energy? We're one. We are one. We are one with the divine. We are one with the universe. We're one with the air. We're one with the trees. One of my best meditation moments was recognizing and feeling divinity. I felt it. I knew it and felt it. It wasn't intellectual. It was a feeling. It was on my porch right behind me. It was a feeling. And it was amazing. But on the physical level, so today we were talking about the emotion, spiritual. On the physical level, the Manal level, I'm Manal. And what's in my mind, nobody knows. What I'm feeling about my life, my experience, conditioning, nobody knows. Even twin brothers have different conditioning and different beliefs and different experiences. So we have this beautiful physical experience that's unique to me. Nobody will ever know. Even a twin that was swimming around in the womb with me will ever know what it is to be me. And that is amazing. But on a spiritual level, we're all one. And that's amazing. So what side is it that you want to ask question? Should we trust ourselves or trust in the universe? Depends on where I am. If I want to celebrate today in my physical experience, that Manal is Manal living this great experience and sharing her thoughts today with you, and Cynthia saying we're one, and I'm like, yes, we are one, and you all leading today's conversation and everything coming from us collectively, and we all collectively are calibrating to truth in a powerful way. That physical experience, if today that makes me feel good of calibrating to that, or do I want to calibrate to the fact that there's a beautiful purpose in life, and universe is amazing, and nature is incredible, and I might feeling a bit not perfectly vibrationally happy and radiant today, so I'm going to go walk in the woods, go walk to the lake, listen to the birds, see the squirrels, maybe see a snake, maybe a turtle, and remember, oh, there's beauty to life. We're all one. Everything is wonderful. Everything's just as it's meant to be. Cynthia, I meditated on a tree and I was looking at the tree, giving it acknowledgement, and it literally switched. I saw the tree seeing me. It was amazing. Oh my God, Cynthia, that's amazing. Me and my girlfriend, one of us we'd walk in the woods together, and there was one tree, one grand tree with the biggest trunk and the trees and the branches, and we would stop and just feel it. Just feel its vibration and just feel it. Feel it and just feel the life in it. And we were talking about earlier about the rat race and moving around and keeping up with Joneses. I called it the Smiths, but the Joneses, I knew it was wrong. Nobody told me, now it's not the Smiths, it's Joneses. Keeping up with the Joneses. But it's when we're present. It's when we have the infinite. It's when we're present, when there's unlimited, unconditional abundance and beauty. It's when we're present. Now, those birds. We only hear them when we're present. I shared this story before, but one of my nieces came to visit 10 years ago. It's a while ago. And while she was here, she saw snakeskin, butterflies, turtles, all this wildlife she saw when she was here. More than I saw in a year, she saw in a week. And I'm like, wow, she's lucky. And then as she kept finding more things and pointing out to her dad, I said, she's not lucky. There's no way she's lucky. She was observing. She was observant. She was aware. She was aware that week more than I had been in a year. Maybe years. I don't want to just super embarrass myself. Now I go out there and I'm aware. But in my early days, I was just chasing myself and living and running from here to here to here to here and thinking that life was a race of dropping off and picking up and being and doing and not being present and not taking the time for myself. And my niece, my beautiful niece, taught me that in that visit that there's so much to see. And Cynthia saying, not so much just to see, so much for them to see us too, to be seen. to be seen. And do we see ourselves? Do we take our time to see ourselves too? So Cynthia has so much wisdom in there, so much wisdom in there. The tree seeing me is, and do we see ourselves? And when we can see ourselves, then we can see the world. And it's just this infinite loop of us being one, but us being individual and being and seeing to see. And one of my meditations that I really enjoyed writing was I See You. And it was written for one of my dear friends that says, I don't feel seen. And then I realized, oh, to be seen, we need to see ourselves. And so I wrote an inspiration in her honor about being seen. Fantastic. Cynthia, that was beautiful. This is beautiful. So how is everybody feeling? How does everybody feel right now? Give me hearts, give me words. I see the hearts going. I feel pretty complete. Is there anything that anybody wants? You're feeling, future meditations? Are you all on our group attaining your authentic life? That I misspelled? Andrea. I spelled authentic wrong. The T before the N. Andrea. I love all of those emojis. Fantastic. I take it that you're feeling good. Do you guys want another mini meditation before we end and go into our bodies? Is there any future meditations that you're interested in looking at? I know next week, I think I have on Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday is staying connected. Staying grounded. I see the hearts going. Staying grounded. And Friday, disconnected from life. And I feel like such an exciting for both of them, the staying grounded and for the disconnected from life, because at the end of the day, I think that all we're looking for is connection. We're looking for connection with ourselves and with the world, the universe, and with others. Sammy, hi Manal, so much inspiration today. Thank you, Sammy. Thank you, Sammy. Oh my God, you guys are all unbelievable. You're all incredible. Sometimes I don't know if everything's being received, so your hearts mean so much to me, and your words and everybody being involved means so much. Okay, fantastic. I see yes about going into our bodies again. I'm going to go in. I know we've gone in a couple of times, but I'm going to do maybe about a 15-20 minute meditation. And the tension is just reminding us. Rita says yes. And Seti says, thank you, Manal. Thank you. I see the hearts. You guys are amazing. Okay, I'm going to go in. We're going to go into our bodies. We're going to just feel. We're not going to go into the timeline. Anyway, I don't even know. I just go and start going, and then it just does what it does. I'm going to play with light and energy. I'm going to remind us that we're our purpose. Cynthia, by the way, I never tell people about the tree meditation. I took a risk today. I get it. Do you know how many times I take a risk on these things too, saying things, sharing that me and my friend hold the trees and it vibrates, so I get it. And that's, I want us to not need to even to take risks that we know when we're safe. We know that I'm going to say this and Manal's going to know exactly what I'm talking about. And so what I want is it not even to be risks that we know. We know it's safe. I can feel it safe. I can feel that I'm going to say this, and not am I going to say it, Manal is going to get it. She's going to know it. And everybody in this virtual room is going to say, oh, wow. I get that. I've done that. Or like, oh, wow, when I go to the tree next time, I'm going to look at the tree and say, I see you. Do you see me? I feel you. Do you feel me? One of my girlfriends went to the Grand Canyon, and she said, Manal, I was vibrating all over. She said 3 days she would go and she could feel wherever she was. She said, I could feel. And she said when she told her son and her husband, like her kids, they just looked at her like she was crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to go to the Grand Canyon again. I want to feel that. So Cynthia, that risk was a perceived fear of possible judgment. Crazy lady. But absolutely. And it's validated. I get that fear when I share sometimes. I'm like, oh no, am I going too far out there? When I talk about time and the multiple dimensions and time being virtual reality, but it's in our physical reality, sometimes I say far off stuff and I'm like, oh no, did I go too far? So I get you, Cynthia. And the judgment that obviously we hold on ourselves, because if we didn't, we wouldn't think that others would hold it on ourselves too. So I love that. And yes, I'm glad that you took the risk, and there was no risk. You can fall, you can jump, and we're going to catch you with a big, I don't know, with a big something that will get you bouncing and flying and enjoying yourself, a trampoline. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Ashley jumped in late, so yay, she's going to get her meditation now. Ashley, Cynthia, your experience makes me want to go with it. Sit with trees. Yes, trees are amazing, amazing. Rita's meditation to get rid of self-doubt. Good idea. I'm going to do that. That's what we're going to do. And right now, I think it's perfect timing. We're going to go into our bodies, and we are going to look into self-doubt. Fantastic. So I want everybody to take a deep breath in and just get as comfortable you can. Take a deep breath in. And relax. Let it all go out. Take a second deep breath in. Enjoy the gap. Enjoy the silence. Enjoy the connection with infinite possibilities. And release. Take a third deep breath in. And release. Today we had an amazing inspiration. And we collectively came to the realization that we are our life's purpose. There's a big purpose in life, and we are living out that life, and we are our life's purpose. And we recognize that any fear, doubt, worry, stress, or misalignment from that truth just stems from fear, from self-doubt, from lack of control, from resistance. That's all the natural part of the human journey. It's normal. It's natural for us to feel resistance. And we are going to keep muscling ourselves through until we can get into alignment with full trust. Trust in the universe. Trust in higher power, trust in God, trust in life. It doesn't matter what we call it, but just trust, because control is just an illusion. And what we want to do is flow, align, be, surrender, accept, and love. So I invite you all to go into your bodies and just connect. Connect with self-doubt. Connect with your fear, with your worry. Enter from wherever you need to, from your physical body, if you can feel it physically in your body. If you want to call it and invite it by going into the emotion, into self-doubt, into worry, into fear, into your desire for control or feeling out of control. Just go into your body. When you're in your body, I want you to enjoy the sensations. Savor and enjoy the feeling. Savor and enjoy those things that in the past you may have done, have called uncomfortable. And just only go as far as you're comfortable to go. And the reason that we go into our bodies and we start to do it is because we're trying to remove the resistance from it. Starting to become comfortable with it. Become comfortable with the physicality, become comfortable with the emotions, and then we can shift it to recognizing it's just normal. And it stops being uncomfortable. So we look at the fear, and the fear no longer becomes fear. We see it for what it is. So just go as comfortable as you are. You don't have to overindulge in anything. You just sort of feel as generally as you want, but just sort of go into your body. Become aware of physical sensations that you weren't aware of before. See if you can connect with any emotional complements. So this physical sensation, you might say it feels like stress or anxiety, and then you might say, oh, there it is, it feels like self-doubt. So see if you could, or if you entered through your emotion, see if you could see that physical feeling that's with it. And again, just see that nothing's wrong with it. It is what it is. And that mostly it hurt more because we resisted seeing it, feeling it, and we judged it as bad. What we want to do is start to become comfortable with uncomfortable sensations until it no longer becomes uncomfortable. We want to take the power away from discomfort so we can calibrate to comfort, and only go as deep as you're comfortable with. I want you to remember that the human journey in this conditioning is really normal, and that some of our stories might be deeper than others, and it's okay. Together, we're going to keep going at it until we calibrate to that unconditional love. So just go as comfortable as you feel. Trust that your body knows how far to go. Trust your body knows. And it's only going to let you go as far as is best for your highest good now. Wonderful. At this point, I want everybody to take a deep breath in and let go all of the resistance you connected with. Just let it go in a loving way. Let go in a caring way. Let go in recognizing that you're shifting it by seeing it as a teacher, seeing it as a calibrator to your truth, that you can let go of it in a way that you never have done before. Take a deep breath in. And release. Take a deep breath in and release. Now I want you to imagine universal light, the universal divine light, and let that light guide that light into the area that you were just focused on, and let that light just go in and penetrate and just shift any resistance and let it go and release from your body. So imagine beautiful divine light. And if you're inclined and you want to see it as a certain color, as red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, just go ahead. If you want to imagine the rainbow going through, just go ahead and just imagine light, light, light entering through your body, entering through that body that you're focusing, and just neutralizing any of the resistance that you connected with, just filling yourself up with unconditional love, beauty, celebration for the human journey. Wonderful. This time I want you to imagine the light of the universal divine coming in through the crown of your head, going through your forehead, your cheeks, your neck, your chest, and through your abdomen, through your pelvis, your thighs, your knees, your calves. Spend extra time in your ankles, and then out through the soles of your feet. Imagine the light, the pristine earth, from the core of the earth, from the deepest part of your earth. Imagine that light coming in, entering through the soles of your feet, going through, dancing in your ankles, giving light filling your calves, your knees, your thighs, your pelvic area, going in through your solar plexus, through your abdomen, letting you know you are capable of everything, and in through your chest and filling your heart chakra with love and light and unconditional care and ease and flow and trust, through your neck where you can fully express yourself, your jaw, and then through your eyes and out through the crown of your head. Beautiful. I am going to create the intention that we all collectively know we are our life's purpose. We are purpose. We are purpose by virtue of us being here, this human journey on Earth School. We are purpose. And every day we are living our purpose and doing the best that we can. We are calibrating together to unconditional worthiness and unconditional freedom and unconditional truth of the love that we are, the light that we are. We're going to enjoy this journey collectively. I'm going to pause for 2 minutes and give you the opportunity to create any intentions that you'd like for yourself, for today, for the rest of the week, for the month, for your life, and call you back in 2 minutes. Wonderful. At this point, I'm going to count to 5. At 3, everybody open your eyes and come back into the virtual room. 1, 2, 3. Open your eyes and come join us. 4 and 5. See the hearts going. Sporty Jen, Manal, I missed today's inspiration. I thought it was later. I hope it will be on IT soon. Yes, it will be. It will be. It will be. I'll be putting it all soon. I'm glad that you came in, and I wish we saw you earlier, but it is on Tuesday and Thursday. We have another one on grounding and connection. How is everybody feeling? I always love to see you, Sporty Jen. I always love to see you. How is everybody feeling? I see the hearts going. Andrea, fantastic. Hearts and flowers and prayer hands and fantastic. I see all the hearts. Wonderful. Everybody, our life journey is amazing. We all have stories. We all have stories. We all have stories. And what I want us to work together, to start to take those stories less personally. Let go of those stories of looking at them as trauma and badness, and really looking at the beauty of life. Ashley, feeling relief and love, fantastic. Steve, is there more of those resistant things somewhere, meditations or wherever? Steve, they're all over. All of my meditations have you looking into the body. All of them. Every single one of them is going into those, going into your body. I can list some for you, and I can list some for you on the group, but all of them. And what I want you to do, Steve, for you and for everybody, is start to get comfortable with the discomfort until it's no longer comfortable. Or uncomfortable. Start getting uncomfortable with the discomfort until it's no longer uncomfortable. That's it. That's the trick. That's the trick. They say that nerves could be the same as excitement. It depends on what your mind is playing it. So if we start to see that nerves is excitement, then we start to see excitement not as nerves. What we want to do is stop feeling resistance to judgment and realizing, oh, that's judgment. I'm going to let it go because it's just the human journey. I want us to collectively just start to see life as different. And then we start to see the emotions different. And then we start to calibrate to truth and to beauty and the amazing element of life. How does that feel? Who wants to join me? Who wants to join me? Cynthia, intention to truly honor myself, this journey, and recognize the oneness in all of life and all people. Cynthia, brilliant, beautiful, amazing, I love. I'm going to read Ashley's statement, even though it's at Steve. At Steve, I just love what comes out of your mouth. It always makes me giggle a little. Me too. I just love it. And Steve keeps me in check, and he keeps me in line, and he keeps me truth. Keeps me honest. And what I love is watching you all grow. I mean, night and day. And I'm going to keep saying, Steve, the first time you were on one of these inspirations, you didn't even know how to feel emotion. You didn't even know what emotion was. You didn't even want to go there. And more you're willing to go in there. And that's how we'll let it go. We have to be willing to do it. And we'll do it as slowly, I don't even like to word that word, but as quickly as you want and as quickly as your body is ready. And it doesn't matter. You built it up over a lifetime. When you're ready to let it go, it will go. It will go. Rita, thanks, Manal. Moving past the narcissist, thanks to these. Rita, fantastic. And what I prefer for you to say is, thank you, Manal, moving into the truth, into the radiance of my truth. I'm moving into my light. I'm moving into Mattain, my authentic truth. I'm expressing truth and aligning with beauty and celebrating with the truth of life. That's where I want you to say. How does that feel, Rita? I love that. Fantastic. And I love that there was no lag in that. You're moving into truth. That's what Mattain is. Attaining your authentic truth, the authentic expression of who you are. Cynthia, the beauty is so brilliant, as in brilliance, like stars. No words come to me to describe it. My soul soars here. Yes, that's where I want us all to be. And then if we get rocky along the way, it's okay. It's life. It's conditioning. Sometimes we have zero control. Even when I started to learn about law of attraction and manifestation, I'd be like, oh, I did that. And I'm like, no, Manal. Some things is just conditioning in life and vibration, and all you got to do is keep learning and growing and loving and accepting and honoring. And it's that resistance over resistance over resistance over the resistance that keep you locked in. Let's just love, let's just honor, let's just care, let's just. Good? Good. Okay, everybody, if there's any topics, let me know. You guys are amazing. I absolutely love you all. I hope to see you on Tuesday, and I hope to see you on Thursday. Talk in our group. Talk. Most of the comments are me. I want us all to talk. I want conversations. Go in there and say how you're feeling after today's inspiration. Go in there and saying how you feel. Go in there and put in your life. I love when Sporty Jen talked about her washing machine this week and how you went through it. Fantastic. Go through, share the stories, and let's just keep living and amping together. Let's keep putting in those stories of joy, those stories of life, the stories of the amazingness of what we're living. You are all amazing. You all are living and radiating your life's purpose, and I am so honored to be on this track with you all. Love you, love you, love you. My love. Always.